Every warrior walks a different path. Samurai, the path of discipline. Ronin, the path of independence. Ninja, the path of strategy. Zen monk, the path of wisdom. Shogun, the path of power. But today, we explore the path of the Shogun. You traded your grandest internal vision to build another man's financial empire for a safe, predictable check. You sit in your cubicle, adjusting your tie, telling yourself that this is maturity. You call it security. I call it a voluntary liquidation of your destiny. You are the corporate ghost. You wander through fluorescent hallways, executing commands that mean nothing to you, for a payout that barely covers the cost of your compliance. You have compromised your highest standard to escape the terrifying risk of your own potential. The paradox of your existence is absolute. You have purchased survival at the exact cost of the life worth living. There is an uncalculated, terrifying debt accumulating beneath your daily routines, a silent, compounding currency of moral drifting that eats away your sovereign power. You think you are playing the smart, responsible game. In reality, you are just an invisible line item in an empire that will replace you within 48 hours of your cardiac arrest. You are a king who abandoned his own territory to sweep the floors of a lesser man's castle. The ancient standard of the shogun demanded absolute territorial command. Power was not an accident of birth. It was a brutal, deliberate architecture of total sovereignty. Modern decay has convinced you to accept a fluid, gutless neutrality. You drift through your working hours, absorbing the micromanagements of your superiors and the low ambitions of your peers until their boundaries become your cage. You have traded your supreme internal compass for a safe cage, completely blind to the reality that an identity without iron pillars collapses into servitude at the first whisper of economic pressure. In the fractured, bloody landscape of 16th century Japan, Oda Nobunaga refused to serve a decaying system. He did not accept the traditional boundaries laid out by the weak. The air inside his command tent hung heavy with the visceral scent of raw iron armor plates, wet horsehair, and the biting smoke of early firearms. Rain lashed violently against the canvas as he stared at the map of Owari, his knuckles white against the wooden table. The established lords mocked his unconventional tactics, calling him a fool. They clung to safe, predictable traditions. Nobunaga chose absolute, terrifying rupture. At the Battle of Okehazama, trapped by a force 10 times his size, he did not retreat to a comfortable position. He marched directly into the teeth of a blinding thunderstorm. The cold mud sucked at his straw sandals, the sting of sweat burned his eyes, and the absolute weight of the silence before the strike pressed against his chest. He unleashed a sudden, devastating flank attack that shattered the imaginary security of his enemy. He did not build his dominion by asking for permission or waiting for a safe check. He systematically overthrew the old Ashikaga shogunate, tore down the monastic fortresses of Mount Hiei, and forged a unified nation through absolute, uncompromised intent. He understood that power is never granted by a master. It is aggressively seized by the man who owns his own vision. The mechanics of your failure are clear. You treat your personal vision like a luxury item to be pursued only when your master gives you a holiday. You are the corporate ghost because you have delegated your survival to an institution that actively profits from your submission. You spend your peak biological hours executing another man's strategy, leaving only your exhausted, depressed depleted scraps for your own legacy. To a shogun, a surrendered boundary is an act of treason. You have permitted a predictable check to anesthetize your healthy aggression. Reclaim the empire. You are looking for an excuse right now because the cold clarity of this diagnosis threatens your comfortable numbness. Your thumb is already hovering near the edge of the frame, searching for a distraction, a notification, any cheap entertainment to protect your ego from this mirror. That is your moral drift fighting frantically to keep you a servant. I do not care about your emotional comfort. If you are satisfied with being an expendable asset in a corporate spreadsheet, then leave. Return to your cubicle, your polite compliance, and your slow spiritual erosion. But if you have even a single fraction of healthy disgust left for the ghost you have become, stay, lock the perimeter, enforce the standard. Power is not inherited through passive alignment. It is built through the absolute containment of your time. The shogun did not unify an empire by being flexible with his boundaries. He built his dominion by executing his vision when the entire world stood in opposition. You are currently harboring a traitor inside your own mind, allowing your fear of financial friction to vote on your destiny every single morning. The unresolved debt of your soul is simple. You are living an unled life, dying a slow death on an altar built by another man's greed. The path of obsidian gold demands that you violently overwrite your dependency on safety. Stop begging for a comfortable guarantee before you build your own kingdom. Lock your focus down to a single master intention and let everything else dissolve into the sum-e ink. The corporate machine breaks mediocre men without effort. Rebuild your structural foundation until your presence becomes an immovable monument of authority. Master the vision. Every warrior walks a different path. Samurai, the path of discipline. Ronin, the path of independence. Ninja, the path of strategy. Zen monk, the path of wisdom. Shogun, the path of power. Which one are you? Comment below.